Okay, we are in for the cheese dinner. This is the cheese area that we get to partake in. Looks good. Lots of different cheeses. Okay, got some crackers, some jams. Okay, so this is where we start. Just enjoy what there is. The appetizer area. So this is the way I came in. And so you go for the cheese area, and then over there you get your drink from the bar. Okay, we've been here for 30 minutes, had a big cheese plate, and it's dwindling down a little bit. Oh. Save my spot, I'll be back. All right, I got my empty glass, I'm gonna go fill it. So, this is just the beginning. It looks like they're opening up the room for people to go in. Our area. Yep. Looks good. All right. We're going to go in just a minute. Okay, things are looking packed here. Good, everyone's excited. This is my table. Cheese lady from the Cheese Cave. All right. Okay. Busy place. Should be a good thing. This man sitting next to me, he says he's been here almost all the way from the beginning. So he can give me recommendations and lots of little different tidbits of information. So I always like that. Anyway, that's it for now.
The cheese festival has grown. Yeah, I want to, a little bit later, I do want to share with you guys some of the history of this amazing event. But as we get started, I just want to first of all recognize the fantastic makers who supplied the bar tonight. We had Willamette Valley Vineyards there, Bauman Cider, Weekend Beer Company from Grants Pass, Circadian Cellars, and I'm forgetting, Del Rio. Yeah, and I found something good to drink. I hope you did too. And the wonderful cheese display from the Oregon Cheesemakers. How many cheesemakers do we have here? Raise your hand. All right, so let's do this. One person from each creamery, I would love you to just stand up and share the name of your creamery. Let's start over there with Sarah.
Briar Rose Creamery.
Briar Rose.
Andrea Adams and Jeff, Walla Walla Cheese Company.
Walla Walla Cheese Company. Thank you for coming in. We have hands over here? Oh, yeah, there's a conspicuous hand.
Francisco with Don Fernando Creamería.
Britain from Beehive Cheese.
Beehive Cheese, all there in the City area in Utah. More cheesemakers.
Yeah.
Be brave. Thank you, thank you. Welcome. Welcome. 2 brand new ones this year. We're happy to have you. So be sure to check these folks and all the other ones out tomorrow at the Cheese Festival. And thank you to the Ashland Springs Hotel. This is where we had many, many memorable dinners over the years. And the staff is doing a great job. I'm not going to read the menu to you, but I did want to recognize Faith from the Dapple Tonic, who is here. Thank you for... Yeah, and so this is the tonic of the gin and tonic with Freeland gin, and it'll be paired with a Froyland cheese, so we got a Froyland Freeland thing going, which probably led to the typo on the menu, but it's spelled correctly later on. So anyway, enjoy. I'm going to come back in a couple of courses, and we'll just check in on how everybody's doing, and I want to share a few memories because this is the 20th, I think. It's like 21 years, minus one dinner. But then we had COVID and we had the dinner, but we didn't have the festival. So we're calling it the 20th. So thank you for coming. And look, the city of Central Point has a delegation right here. They will be your hosts tomorrow. They'll keep us safe. Enjoy your dinner. Was mentioning how, early on it was the first annual, the second, we were all keeping great track of it, and the 17th annual Cheese Festival. And we lost, maybe it was COVID, but we did stop counting. But we think the first Oregon Cheese Festival was 2005. Before that was like Baroque Creamery Blues Fest, which I think the first one might have been in our cheddar manufacturing room with about 30 people. I got here in 2008 and it was in a wedding tent and it seemed like a nice event. And then it was jamming people inside a tent on St. Patrick's Day in the rain. I remember the year that then it was, oh, it's getting too big, we have to get another tent. We'll put it in the lot across Highway 99, and we'll work with the city on like a temporary crosswalk for the weekend, which had like danger, people drinking and walking signs. And we'll get volunteers to make sure everybody's safe. And we learned a lot about why people volunteer for events like this. And so, in the interest of, and also, I did reference earlier that there was the year the weekend of the festival, some of you will remember, so many people had come to the Valley, and this news in 2020 was just percolating for a week, maybe 10 days ago, and it was really real in Portland. And down here it was like, we got air, we got outdoor space, and then like the masked people descended from Portland, like, are you crazy? And we're like, what? And then so we had to decide, like, and I remember the meeting was the whole creamery strategic team going, oh, this is a big one, what are we going to do? We could have the dinner, but we can't have the festival. We can't cram 4,000 people in a wedding tent and call it safe. And I think what that led to, and all the lessons from those experiences, and the development from one man's idea to the power of the Oregon Cheese Guild over the course of 20 years, the ability to get to the expo, get a huge venue that's indoor, weather's not a factor. It's a huge improvement. But just to hear a couple early memories of the development of the Oregon Cheese Festival and Cheese Guild, I want to introduce the man who thought this was a good idea in the first place, Mr. Blue, David Gremmels.
Thank you, Tom. I wouldn't change anything about the history that you shared. This is absolutely perfect. It's just such an honor to be here this evening with you all. And certainly I see familiar faces and I see new faces to celebrate cheese. that's what we're here to do, is to celebrate the cheese created by these talented makers, and also the libations, the wines, the spirits, and the other baked goods, chocolates, and all that you will experience at the festival. This idea, as Tom shared, was created as an idea to bring people together, kind of as a bridge between those busy winter months that we were all selling a lot of product at farmers markets, and then waiting for the next farmers market. So we called it the bridge event, like a bridge loan, right? We all needed a little bit of cash to help our businesses. And so the festival was created as an inspiration to help us provide feed for those creameries that had lambs lambing, or goats sheep lambing, goats kidding, and cows freshening. So it was an inspiration.
Evening, Chef Franco Console. Wonderful dinner. Thank you so much.
Usually after raise these things, you got me beat.
And then we will have a nice one from Wooldridge Creek with our dessert. And if you haven't been to Wooldridge Creek, I recommend it because it's a double dip with Crushed Brad Creamery. So that's wine and cheese, which go together in one place right there. And I want to give a big shout out to Katie Bray and Liz Wan for the 20th anniversary of the festival. They have been putting this on for 35 years.
Started when she was
It's
12.
not really true. Yeah, no, it's been good. How many years in a row for you guys? It's like 5 or something? 6?
Hello, I'm back from the cheese dinner for the Cheese Festival, Friday night, April 25th of 2025. Anyway, it was a wonderful experience. I really enjoyed it. I met a lot of wonderful people, and it was just so nice chatting with a lot of them, and it was a great experience. So you can see from all my pictures and videos that it's well worth it, and the drinks were wonderful, and you know, just an overall great experience. The food was delicious. The food was really good, and a lot of wonderful people. At my table, I had lots of people that, 8 people altogether at each table. So I had a person who was owned a winery, one that owned the cheese cave, where all the cheese, you know, that she has cheese at her shop, lots of cheese. And then I had a guy at my table also that had cows that, you know, that. So anyway, it was a great experience, a lot of good people there. I had a person there that been there at almost every, you know, cheese dinner event. So it was just a wonderful experience. So tomorrow, I got the VIP package, so I can get into the cheese festival an hour and a half before the 4,000 people that are expected to come. So that'll be nice. I get to be there before all the crowds, which, you know, is well worth it. So stay tuned for tomorrow when I go to the cheese festival. I hope you enjoyed my little video on the dinner. I made it because when I went to look for the dinner on YouTube, not very many videos at all, hardly anything worth, you know, noting. So I wanted to make sure everybody can hook up on YouTube and find these videos and see what it's like and see if it's something that you want to do. But I totally think it's a great thing to go to. Once a year, they do it, and they have wonderful food, wonderful drinks, and wonderful trees. So anyway, that's it for today. Talk to you later. Bye.